Hey guys, hope y'all are doing well. Figured I'd make a little video about my air shifter setup on the 700 swap Grom. So again, I got this kit, universal kit from Rob Bush Motorsports at 190hookup.com. Those guys were really great. I asked a lot of dumb questions and they gave me a lot of great answers. So what I had to do is fairly simple. So just had to make my own little L bracket mount with a pivoting bolt that's solid mounted. It's not going anywhere, but this pneumatic air cylinder can still pivot freely. And then all it is a clevis with a little pin with C-clips that connects to your stock linkage. So this is set up for GP shift, again, for no particular reason other than when I was making the actual shift linkage, it was just the cleanest way to do it. So on this air shifter, the solenoid is mounted at the top. You can see there's a mount at the bottom, but you can put these in different locations, whether you're pulling or pushing. So mine's 1 up, 5 down. So use the top port and it pushes the shift lever down when you're actually engaging I got mine set up on the horn button, but you could have yours set up on whatever switch. If you had like a ignition cut switch, it'd be hooked up to that or all wired in together. I just went with the horn switch because it's super easy, just 2 wires, positive, negative, and that just opens up your air solenoid. So when you're not using it, it literally just sits there. So when you actuate up and down, it just moves freely. Of course, I can't get it up. It just moves freely with the clutch pedal. So the way I really am proud of how I kind of set this up and how it all worked out with this little L bracket. I think it looks super clean, but I was really trying to get the shift linkage and the air cylinder kind of parallel. Just adds for, like, I think, a little bit cleaner look rather than having it kind of mounted off something like this and way out there. But yeah, super happy with how it came out. On the bottom mount, it actually worked out even better than I had anticipated yet again. So I have my Amazon rear sets that I've already modified and added a 1/4 inch kind of piece of aluminum that holds my actual shift arm and the shift linkage. So I tried really hard to just add on to this piece, but the way that the air cylinder was mounting up, it was just a hair too far. So all I did was add in another 1/4 inch aluminum piece, and then the lever arm bolts that all together. And then I've got 1 bolt with a lock nut on the back, and then it goes to the clevis. So super simple. This only took me, I'm sure I could have knocked it out in a day, but I wanted to take my time and make it look somewhat clean. I am gonna have these silver pieces anodized or powder coated and kind of clean up the edges, maybe radius them a little bit more. But as far as mounting it, that's it. Now the wiring here is super easy for me. I'm really just going straight to the horn button, and these are actually the factory R7 connectors for the horn. So these black wires, it doesn't matter positive, negative. One just has to be one or the other. And then when you hit your button, sends a signal and it opens up your solenoid and shifts for you. And then right now I've just got a 1/4 inch push lock fitting going to my air compressor in the garage, since I'm still waiting on my Evo swing arm and potentially waiting on a compressor to put hopefully somewhere up here, so that this isn't just a party trick on the street and I have to fill up the tank every time at the track. This way, if I can fit an air compressor, then I'll be able to use it on the street only for upshifts. But I think that'd be cool to have other people try it out and see if anyone can crack off some decent times or some decent accelerations if they are feeling froggy enough to. So that's the setup. Now I think I'm gonna set you here maybe a little bit closer, and I'm going to show you how it works. It's a little bit funky because the engine's not running, but all I need to do is turn the ignition on. That gives power to the horn, and I'll see if I can maybe spin the rear tire. But so this should be there's first gear. Now we're gonna go to second. That's it. Now third, fourth, fifth, sixth. And that's it, guys. It's really just off the horn button. You can hold it down, let it go. I'm gonna try to bump it quick so that when I have my tank, or just my tank, I'm not using up using excess air that I don't need to. So that's the setup. It's super simple, honestly. Just a little bit of reading and a couple questions, and I think pretty much anyone could probably do this. The aluminum, I actually bought this stock off Amazon and just used a cutoff wheel and a little Dremel and a flat disc to get the burrs off the edges. But yeah, super happy with how this came out. And the next thing I want to talk or tell y'all about is that I went ahead and ordered myself a Kenda KD2 tire for the rear, because now that the air shifter is done, the plan is to send this tire into absolute oblivion and shift through all the gears using the air shifter. I haven't decided if I want to try to do that once I get the swing arm. I probably will, because I don't really want my air compressor line hooked up to the bike as I'm doing a burnout, just in case. Just in case. I mean, it always seems like something dumb happens when you don't just do it the right way or have extra stuff hooked up. The only thing now I need to do on this is get my little black trim cover, or I should say chain guard, trimmed. Not sure how much of this actual bit is going to be left, but I'm going to do my best to kind of trim it like this shift linkage area. Try to get it super close. Try to make it a little bit clean. Unfortunately, this is kind of a pain in the butt putting it here, because as I cut this hole out, I'm going to get all sorts of chain lube and dirt and dust and junk coming through the holes. So curious how it is how it's gonna be to keep this clean. But right now it functions, it's all hooked up. Need to finish my wiring job, make it look pretty again. And yeah, that's about it. Y'all take it easy.